Greetings everyone, welcome to this new video. We're gonna take a look at the profound Timemark 8 farm here. I got a little bit tired of doing the same kind of farms over and over again. Every single farm has nightmare in it and I don't even like that mechanic. I want to do a blasting where I just kill all the monsters. I don't interact with any mechanics. I just run to the end of the map and then pick up the loot on the way. So that's when I saw minmaxedarpg, which has taken his inspiration from another guy, kythikx. I don't know how to pronounce that, sorry, but I will link both of them in the description below. And what it is a beacon farm. So you do this in profound Timemark 8 and all you do is killing monsters. I will go through the void chart here real fast. I've made some changes, so it please tell me if I'm wrong here, but I've added beacons here. You can see that I have all the points here with the stars that they used. So the whole mechanic is obviously to pick up as many maps or beacons as they call in this game. And you want to have all these points because magic monsters is transformed to beacons here. We have also here a chance for a chest in the end where it's a bunch of beacons that pop up if we kill God of War monsters, which we'll take a look at in a moment. Then we have upgrade chance, which means that it can go from a normal T8 beacon to a deep space beacons, which is like I don't know, it goes from 1 or 2 FE to 30 FE when it goes to a deep space. Well, obviously our main profit here, almost all of it, is from deep space beacons. And yeah, so it just replicates some of these, and obviously we want these 2 beacons from Abyss, Glacial Abyss, and from Blistering Lava, because those are worth the most. And that's our main income. So what are our main mechanic to get all these beacons? It's gonna be our God of War, so it gives us some extra clear speed also. You do not need a very fast build, because the fact is if you are working too fast with your build, so every level you level up a God of War, so you go up to different stages depending on how many points you have here in, but it goes up to 14 stages now without any specific cards. So each stage has a chance to pop out God of War followers. And these God of War followers have a high chance of dropping beacons because of our other mechanics that we have tied to this, which is really good. But if you're too fast, then these monsters are gonna be behind you and you're not gonna be able to kill them because they take a little while to pop out of yours. So this is very good for a mechanic because most builds are not very fast, especially if they're need to pump out a lot of damage also at the same time. And it is a profound tier 8 beacon farm, but we are pumping in a lot of extra health into the monsters, which we'll take a look at as soon as we take a look at the compasses we use. So we have extra duration actually, and we want to fish for certain cards here, because these cards are gonna be make or break this whole test. You can see I'm gonna show you that also. Otherwise, I took away these points because I didn't feel like there was a lot of value here. I did 50 map or something and I got almost no chest, and the ones I got like I don't know, less than 50 FE from it. We want this because the last boss has a chance to convert these to maps. We want extra magic monsters because yeah, it's a magic monster farm, so as many magic monsters. So we added this to the strategy, so we have a chance of cube. We don't activate the cube in the end, but this is just so we add extra monsters to the map. So hopefully some of them are magic, and hopefully they are added to the map and not just converting them. But we're also getting desire crystals, which we can sell in the end also. So there's extra monsters that take no time. For our special notes here, we just have rarer cards, because when we get one of those rare cards, we are pumping out multiple 500 FE per map or something like that if you're lucky. And when we have a chance also of getting one extra confusion card, which is just higher chance of getting the ones you want. Otherwise, I'm doing Steelforge because I think it's the best layout. I always do this one. Yeah, it's a pretty decent card here. It's not worth very much, but I like the layouts on almost all of these. There's one that is not really good, but there's not much backtracking on any of these maps, so it's very nice, the layouts in general. For my Pactspirits, I also think it's very good because you're not doing any specific mechanic, which means you can use whatever Pactspirit you want. So I'm just using more flames fuel, I'm using more fluorescent memory and flame fuel. So that's it, they're not even max level, some of them. So you don't need specific Pactspirits. For our setup here, otherwise, it's gonna be, we're gonna just fish for certain cards. Let's take a look at that first. If we can take a look here, the ones we want are the ones with the God of War, but we're not gonna get that all the time. So there's two different tactics here. I might do a video about the other one later, where I just run through the maps that I don't get a card, because each map costs me about 41 FE to run. So you might be better off to just fish for certain cards, and what I do then is just run through the cards as fast as I possibly can, and then just run my or compasses on the ones that I need. This one is one we want. 2% chance to drop one additional deep space beacon when this drops. So this one is super good. Like, you're dropping like multiple, maybe 10. If you're really lucky, you can even go over that per here, and you have 4 stages of it, so you can end up with like 40 deep space beacons from this card alone, and that is 40 times 30, so it's a metric ton of FE. But there's one better. I've never seen this one, so it's 8% instead, so I'm hoping that I can see this once. Otherwise, I'm going with because you get extra chances to re-roll your board here. I'm just keeping those when, as you can see, I'm running still this one. It's 30% extra drop quantity. It's decent, but it's not very good. But basically the only time I'm re-rolling is when I get these embers. I don't care about those. The FE ones are pretty bad, and maybe I run those. This one I re-roll also when I have only these, and obviously the gear ones I always re-roll, and the magic monsters. So if I see something, or the rare also, if I have only those cards, so all 3 or all 4 of those cards are on the board, then I use the re-roll. Otherwise I'm just running them until I have a lot of them, and then I might, but I will not do that for this test. So let's take a look here. We're gonna run all of these beacons. These 2 first ones, the first one cost is the one that doubles, sorry, where is it? It doubles, and beacons drop have a chance to get upgraded, which is really good because it goes from profound or normal tier 8 to deep space, which is, yeah, it goes from 1 or 2 FE to 30 FE. Really good there. We use this special one. This one costs 11, I think. This one is super expensive. It's 5 additional groups of magic monsters, and it has a chance to drop 1 additional beacon, which is obviously very strong because we have tons of magic monsters in there. But these ones are like 22 FE. And then we have this one, which it costs almost nothing. It's less than FE. And it just adds more magic monsters. And this one is very important because, and this is the one that increases the difficulty also. It increases the difficulty because while the upside is chance to attack by God of War followers, and God of War followers have an extreme chance of dropping beacons that can be upgraded, and also is synergizing really well with the cards we can get here on the board. But the downside is plus 800% additional life for magic monster in stage. So that is a lot of extra life, but it's only for the magic monsters. So you're gonna see that the magic monsters are a little bit more tankier, while the rare ones are just pushovers at this stage. So we're gonna use that, and I've set up 100 here. We can run. I run with maximum resonance. You don't need to do this, but I might as well. I'm pretty sure we're gonna just basically sustain our resonance through this whole thing. I'm hoping. We'll take a look at this. So we're gonna just run 1 map here. Don't worry about this because I don't know how they calculate defenses. All we do is we run the map, and then we hold down the loot button while we're running. I'm gonna run with this one, and just vacuum up all the loot. Most of the maps you are not gonna get your money back, and you're gonna pick up some beacons here and there. And sorry, I'm doing this extremely bad here. We are, because we are fishing for those doubling or tripling of the beacons, so when that happens it pays off in the end. So some maps we will get 10 beacons deep space, and some we will get none, and that's just how the cookie crumbles, I guess. And we are doing the mechanic here, but I'm actually not doing the inner mechanics of Arcana. I'm just, as soon as I get 15 cards, I reset it, because I don't have the Arcana pet, so it makes me no sense to do this. And as you can see here, there was a good showcase of that you get nothing here from this. And then we skip the cube. So that's the basic gist of it. So we just run multiple maps like this as fast as we can, and don't run past if too fast, because then you're gonna just not pick up the God of War followers in the end. So I will do 100 maps of this and then get back to you with the results. Okay, we have done all the 100 beacons now, and we didn't get super lucky on the cards. I only got 2 of those special cards that I wanted, the yellow ones. I also got one of the one that is super rare, but obviously you only get 1 charge of that one, so it's probably better to get the one that gives only 2% instead of 8%, because that one has 4 charges on it, so you can do 4 of these beacons before you have to go and search for a new card. So not very lucky under there, but I'm gonna go through the profits here real fast because the video has been long enough. For this tab here, we got this as a lucky drop. Well, not really lucky. I don't count the gear. I sold some stuff while I was here, but I was never gonna count that one. It's a couple of hundred, but we don't count that into the values anyway. This one is pretty much what you get, like 1 per 100 maps is pretty much accurate what I've seen on other tests and stuff like that, so I'm gonna count this one. Sacred Fossil didn't get that many, only 3. All of them seem to get from the Arcana mechanic, which, by the way, I did not do the actual Arcana mechanic. I only did the cards, and then you have to reset it every time to not skew the value. We got 1,376 FE, raw FE, and all together with other things, most of this I didn't even count into, it's 545. So there's a total of 1,921 FE for this tab alone. But we all spent 4,100 FE on the whole test, so we still have a lot to go. But that's when we came to the main part of this farm, which is the beacon farm, yeah? So we got a total of, in deep space beacons, we got 5,415. That is a lot of FE. That's already over, but of course we're gonna need to pay taxes on this. And for the normal beacons, it's a little bit less. It's 1,127. So together with the, I didn't get any good ones here really. For the compasses, it's only 183 conservative values there, and for the cards that are left after I've already turned them in is 129. So a total of 7,091 in this tab alone, which makes sense. It's the main of our profit. Then we're gonna need to pay some taxes and stuff like that, and it all comes down to 8,057.5, yeah. And we're gonna take that away from what we actually spent, and we're left with 3,957 FE. So 3,957 was the FE we actually gained in total, but it took 2 hours and 50 minutes, so we're gonna need to divide that by 2.83333 endlessly, and it left us with 1,397 FE per hour, so almost 1,400. I'm gonna write 1,400 FE per hour, which is pretty decent. I mean, it's very chill farm. It's mindless. You just go in, rinse and repeat. Like, you don't need to click any mechanics or anything like that. Hold down the loot button while you're running, and yeah. And you need a fairly strong build, but not outrageously strong. And yeah, if you want to test it out, I bet if I got a little bit more lucky on the cards, used a few more re-rolls on the that I had, or yeah, then I could have gotten some more, but I don't know what they're doing. If they're getting 2,500 FE per hour, I think that is heavily inflated, or Kong is really doing its heavy lifting, because I only used rare and epic loot pets. I don't think this is possible without the really good like loot pets otherwise. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and have a good day, everyone.